Alright, on this one I'm going to start building a rogue from Kingdom Death. This is the female one. She's a great game hunter. I think she's an Encore. Yep, she's an Encore. So, let's see if I got everything. Ooh, she has a bow. That's going to be tricky. Bows are always silly, but this is actually not as bad as the Ranger was. The Ranger was really bad for the bow, so this one shouldn't be too hard at all. I just need to make sure. Yep, okay. So it's a curved bow. Oh no, it's fine. It is from Kingdom Death. If you just go to kingdomdeath.com, you'll be able to see a lot of models like this one. Alright. So right now I am literally so first I'm gonna see if I can refocus. There we go. See if that did anything. There we go. Sorry about the shaky camera, it's on a mount. I'm gonna change the focus, I gotta change that. So I actually have to break this part. So there's, you see on the bow, there's a part in the middle. I gotta cut that. Normally I'd put everything together on the body first, but the bow is very identifiable to me, so I wanted to actually get that done first. So I'm also being very careful here with the string to gently shave off all the flash and whatnot from the mold. It's a very fragile piece, so you just got to be really careful with it. Yeah, it's a really cool game. That's mostly what I paint here on the channel, actually. So I'm just stripping off little bits here too. Oop. Trying to be careful not to break that bowstring is what I'm doing. I don't know if I'll succeed or not, but I did all right last time. So I just looked at it as if you can see it in the image. Actually, no. I can't quite tell. Let me zoom in on this again. There. That's what I'm building. And it looks like her bow doesn't need that. Okay, I guess that's just structural. But I looked in the image. Let's see if I can go onto the thing. Yeah, that's the problem, is in the image, the actual like art, she has the pieces on the edge. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to leave it. Make her small again. I like having that image up because then you can kind of see what I'm going for with the build. I'm trying to hold this really close. There we go. There we go. That's pretty clean, actually. You can see. Alright, I'm gonna set that aside. Grab the next one. Yeah, Kingdom Death is a really fun game. It's very, very brutal. It's a horror survival fantasy game. The setting's really cool, but it's a very mean game. It'll kill you all the time. But all right, yeah, the parts are very small. The Kingdom Death miniatures are very, very detailed. So there's this little nub on the top where her waist is. I'm just gonna clip that. As with all Kingdom Death miniatures, make sure before you do any gluing, dry fit. Dry fit everything. There we go. Fortunately, it looks like her belt loop. Sorry, I'm trying to stay on frame here. Her belt loop actually goes where this little groove is at the front. Or her belt buckle, I should say. And that's where she's centered. But I'm turning her around because it looks like I do have to do a little shaving back here. So that nub that I cut off was actually bigger than I thought it was. So I'm actually shaving off more. Like I said, if my razor is really dull because I use it for scraping. If yours is sharper, be careful using it because you can cut yourself pretty bad. especially if it's a new razor blade. A lot of people have made that mistake where you get ready to start hobbying, and you grab all your tools and you forget that the new razor is, well, a new razor. Alright, so I did a little scraping. I gotta actually file this. Basically what I'm doing is cleaning up mold lines as well. Yeah, they're 28mm scale. So as I go along, I'm trying to find mold lines. Like there's one on her leg here. This is actually really nice. It looks like she's wearing some leggings. And they actually designed holes in them, which is kind of cool. Little holes in them. It's actually nice. Okay, again, I'm going to dry fit. There we go. Cool. She's good there, so I'll add a little glue. And glue her in. There we go. Looking good. Yeah, I'm zoomed in pretty good here. Oh, nope. There's that gap I was talking about. That's why you keep rotating the Mini. You need to be able to see where your gaps are. I'm gonna get a gap no matter what, but if I can get a small one, then I'd rather do that. Alright, cool. Alright, just a few parts left. Actually, let me look over her body. Make sure that, like on her backpack and stuff, there's nothing too crazy that I need to notice. Nope, don't really see anything. Okay, so I'm going to cut out, looks like she's got her pipe and her knife. So, the pipe is very fragile, just like the bow. Cut out the very bottom part first, the end of the pipe, and then her arm. Just be careful not to hurt it. And then her knife is the same. She actually has her arm, which has this bit on it. Cut that off. And her hilt. And there you go. Just be careful about the end of the knife, because it looks like it's pretty fragile and easy to snap off. And then I don't know if... Nope, I'm looking at the image. There's not supposed to be anything here. So, shave that off. There we go. And then there was a little nub here down at the bottom. Shave that off. Cool. So that's cleaned. I'm going to go into the pipe. Looks like a little bit of flash here. This is the stuff that separates between the two halves of the silicone mold or rubber, whatever they're using. I believe they're probably using silicone here, but just guessing. Alright, so her arm, looks like this arm actually goes in here. Like that, I'm guessing. Yep, there it goes. Like I said, dry fitting solves all your problems. Well, not all of them, but any of those problems you could create for yourself when making miniatures, when building them. It's also good to look up the source art like I did on the right hand side, so you know what angle you're supposed to be at. Just like that. And again with her knife arm, and it looks like there's, I'm glad they started doing this, these little ball joints or pins. They started doing that in a lot of the King of Death miniatures. It actually makes it a lot easier for gluing them together and figuring out where stuff goes. So I'm going to glue that in here in a second. And then I just have to attach her bow and I'm done. And we'll see if there's like supposed to be, I can't see a, I'm actually going to look up the rear photo of her. They usually put a rear one. Yeah, there we go. I thought there was an attachment part. There's actually like a strap. Yeah, it's supposed to go here. So it looks like I actually have to cut the bow. So I'm going to do that really quick. It looks like I'm supposed to. I don't want to. But yeah, it looks like I'm supposed to. So I actually have to clean up. Minimize. So I thought that she was holding it originally. So that's why I left this piece here. This one right here. But that's not supposed to be there. So I have to file that away. And again, I just gotta be careful. There we go. That was quick and easy. And now I'm really worried about this part because I actually need to, if you want to keep the structural stability of this piece and you don't want to have to worry about it, just glue it on straight. It shouldn't matter, but you see this little strap here. That's supposed to be what's holding the bow in. So if you really want to be detailed, you can cut the middle out of here and then glue it on. So I'm going to attempt that and we'll see. Well, it's probably going to go horribly wrong. Nope. I've got the feeling that's not what I want to do. So I'm just going to glue it on straight. I wanted to go for realism, but I'm thinking structural stability is a little more important than realism on something this small. There we go. That's a little better. And it looks like I can actually glue on there's a contact point on her backpack. I can actually glue on the bowstring as well. There, that should give it a little more structural support too. So let me see what base I can put her on. I should have something interesting. I actually like this one. It's like a wagon wheel. Not much to see when it's clear resin, but it should look pretty cool when she's done. So let me see which direction I want to put her. She's at such an odd angle, I think I'll put her right there. It's like a groove in the rock. She'll look very different when I have the base painted, but I'm just going to hold her here for a minute. I can use some zip kicker, some Insta-Set if I want to, which I probably will. I usually do. That's why I have a bottle right here. Insta-Set, it's pretty good. That's not the brand. You can look up Insta-Set. It's for super glue though, so make sure if you try to use it, it's just for super glue. Problem is it worked, but it worked too well. Actually solidified the super glue, but then the super glue pulled off from the base, which doesn't help. Oop. Touching the bow string. It's a no-no. Okay. I have to use my knife here to get that back in position. I'll attach a little more glue again. The reason I'm using my knife instead of me is because super glue tends to stick to your fingers. It doesn't tend to stick to a knife nearly as much. Plus, you can know exactly where the knife has contact. Alright, I'm going to spray some of this Insta-Set again. It's going to look a little shiny. That's okay. The Insta-Set dries really quick, so that should be it. Take a look at her. There she is. All done. Looks pretty good. That was quick and easy. I like this miniature a lot. So that's it for this one.